What will I do in 2026 when it comes to Veracity? Nothing I say is financial advice, and I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This is just my personal thoughts and perspectives. But actually, I'm still going to be doing what I've been doing throughout this entire time and just waiting, holding, and I guess staying patient. That's all I'm doing. But what I did notice though is that in the past 24 hours, I did see around an 80% movement. So I think when it comes to VRA, probably, considering how low it was in terms of market cap, which it's still, below 10 million, even in terms of market cap right now, but still, it was so low to the point that now we're kind of seeing this movement. And the thing is, the volume in the past 24 hours is just like around 20 million. So it's not like we're seeing such a massive movement, really, in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the volume. Again, when we compare it to other projects out there, but just because VRA was so low for quite a while, even just that amount of volume alone was able to do that when it comes to Veracity. The thing is this, though. People sometimes like to tell me, well, take a look at the circulating supply when it comes to VRA. It was like around 9.3 billion not too long ago, right? When I made one of my last videos when it comes to VRA. Now the circulating supply, from what I've noticed, at least from CoinMarketCap, is that, again, the circulating supply is now around 93 billion. So there's been a hypothetical increase from what I can see from that specific thing, right? I mean, who knows? But I'm just saying, from what I understand and what I can see visually, that's what I've seen. The thing is this, though. It doesn't seem like such a major complaint in my perspective because VRA was low anyways. It's like, okay, market cap was still below 10 million. Like, okay, it was below 10 million then, it's below 10 million right now. So in my perspective, it was like, what can I do about it? The thing is this, though. When it comes to VRA, people like to tell me, well, because of this, it can't really do much anymore. Well, in a make-believe hypothetical scenario, if, let's say, VRA, for whatever reason, went to 0.2 of a penny, so 20% of a penny, 20% of 1 cent, basically, the market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be around 186 million. And this is considering, again, this current circulating supply. As of right now, we're around 25 times lower than that. So even with this circulating supply, or this updated circulating supply, from what I can see, we're still around 25 times lower than around 186 million in terms of market cap. Like, okay, sure, I don't think Veracity could ever become like a top 10 project, but why would it need to? Again, it's around 25 times lower than 0.2 of a penny. The thing is this. When I take a look at, for instance, something like Solana, is it around 25 times lower than any point I could ever hypothetically or logically sort of reason it could ever maybe reach if, let's say, there was an altcoin season during this cycle? I don't think so. Like, Solana's just so massive. VRA, just because the market cap, relatively speaking, is still below 10 million, relatively speaking, because Veracity is not a massive project, it's just around 25 times lower than around 186 million in terms of market cap. So does it need to become the best out there? I don't think so. So we're not talking about a project that needs to become hypothetically the best. It just simply does not need to. And the thing is this, Veracity, it's focused on a niche where it just doesn't necessarily have so many competitors in my perspective. Like, Veracity, primarily speaking, if I think about it, I think about it as a project that is mainly focused on bringing transparency when it comes to the world of advertising. So, I mean, that in and of itself is not necessarily like the most popular market sector out there. There's other more popular market sectors out there. I'm totally aware of that. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it's like, you know what? It's more of a niche project, focus on a niche market. It doesn't necessarily need to become the biggest. This is my mindset. Like, I don't think this could ever overtake something like Algorand. Like, no way, right? But it doesn't need to. That's the thing. It's like, for instance, this is just the analogy that I have, even though it's totally unrelated to this, and this is just from what I realized in my perspective. It's like, for instance, I've been to Manhattan Beach quite a good amount of times, actually, throughout my life, right? And I'm talking about Manhattan Beach in LA, of course, in Los Angeles. And the thing is, when I go there, the homes look so amazing. Like, if you go to the Strand, like, if someone's been there, I think they'll know what I mean. Like, the place where you could walk at the Strand, basically. Like, the homes along there, they're fantastic, right? Like even just Manhattan Beach in general. However, is every single individual who lives there, do they need to become the next Jeff Bezos or like, let's say the next Bill Gates? No. Like the thing is, sure, someone would have to do pretty well to live there, but they don't need to become the next Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates. Like think about this. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, what they've achieved, that's pretty intense. You know what I mean? It's just not that easy to sometimes hypothetically achieve, right? It's not that easy. So the thing is, sure, Manhattan Beach, very awesome, very nice place, but I don't think someone needs to be the next Jeff Bezos to be there. Or should I say to live there? This is my perspective. So sometimes that's just kind of the mindset that I have when it comes to a project. Not every single project out there could ever become top 10, top 50, but it doesn't necessarily need to. This is my perspective. But yeah, besides that point, when it comes to VRA, it has around 140,000 holders as of right now. I'm just one single individual here. I can't do anything about VRA. There's literally zero that I could do. When it comes to this space overall, keep in mind, there's allegedly over 600 million owners. I'm just, again, one individual. I can't do anything about this space. Whether I'm in it or I'm not, it's going to do whatever it wants to do with or without me. For instance, if I go to Universal Studios, whether or not I want to go to the Revenge of the Mummy, whether or not I wait in line, that ride is going to go on with or without me. Even though it's actually my favorite ride of all time there, but I'm just saying, like, with or without me, it's going to do its thing. The roller coaster, so to speak, is going to do its thing with or without me. This is the way to take a look at it. So when it comes to this space, I know that it's going to do its thing with or without me. So that's why I like to stay patient. I just like to stay waiting because if I know it's going to do its thing with or without me, I just like to be waiting for something as opposed to not. Because, for instance, many, many years ago, was Ethereum and Bitcoin lower when compared to where they were as of right now? Of course they were, right? But was I waiting? No. It did its thing without me. But of course, I'm unable to go back in time. There's just no way. So what I can do is just, I focus on the present, and that's pretty much about it. But I just wanted to make this video real quick to talk about what I'm doing personally. Now, I am dollar cost averaging when it comes to my favorite projects once a month. That's it. I don't do any more than that. I don't do any less than that. That's all I do. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. Again, this is just my personal perspective, but just my outlook so far when it comes to Verasity is that I'm still a fan. I still like its fundamentals, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. But again, this is just my personal perspective, right? I'm not telling anyone to do anything. But the thing is, I could also easily not believe in Verasity. Like, no one's telling me to do this. Even if someone told me to do this, I could just leave any time. I'm voluntarily choosing to believe in it. That's it. But yeah, that's just my thoughts as of right now. I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a very nice day. And if there's going to be more updates when it comes to Verasity, hopefully you all stay tuned for that. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll see you all on the next video. I'm out. Peace. Bye.